Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts, well, Optimus Primal. And yes, it's a very different character than Optimus Prime. And shout out to TripSkip for, well, suggesting this. Now, this figure is really good. It has a fun transformation, but where it really shines is posability. I feel like you can get this guy into so many cool poses. And it just is like he balances well, it just works. But he also comes with a whole bunch of accessories, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, most of them aren't his accessories. See, he was a leader class figure, whereas some of the other main characters or some of the other characters weren't, like Optimus Prime. And in order to get all of the stuff that, well, that they're supposed to come with, well, it came with Optimus Primal. And while that is weird, I do happen to have all the figures that the stuff comes with. So let's get into, first of all, what belongs to other people. So first, there is an axe that belongs to Optimus Prime, and this can store on him if you don't have it, and he can wield it and all that stuff, but it really is Optimus Prime's axe. So, let's bring in Optimus Prime, and this is one that I haven't reviewed yet, although I will be soon, and give him his axe, and that looks pretty cool. And we'll get more into that when I actually review him. And then he also comes with these two chain things, which are all right. You can they bend like one way like either of these ways, then either of these ways, and that is repeated for all of it. So it's a little bit hard to get a natural looking swing because it's like has all these segments in it, but especially in the middle, because then it like has that part. But overall, not too bad. But who this is for is I just completely blanked on his name. Battletrap. There we go. And yeah, what you see in the movie, he has this ball and chain, but in the figure, it can go on here, or you can extend this, and it can, like, hook on like that. And that's just, it's fine, it works, but what you can do with this is take that and peg that on right here, and that is kind of tight. Come on. Do as you are supposed to. Oops. I was using the wrong side anyway. So, take that, peg this on, then you can take the ball and chain and peg that on, and now he can use his full extended flail. But, to be honest, I have actually grown to like it more on Optimus Primal, because they can connect to his swords. And as you can see in the thumbnail, or if you're watching this on TikTok, as you will see very soon, you can, well, you can connect it to his swords, and that is awesome. And, well, he also comes with, I think it was called the Transwarp Key in the movie, although I don't really remember fully, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And it can be in its full combined form, or you can very carefully split it in half, so you can have the MacGuffin split up as you want, if you want to recreate the movie. But I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, and so I just kind of have it here, and I don't know what to do with it. He can hold it in his hand, but it's very loose, and it'll fall out quite often. So, yeah, I really don't know what to do with this thing. I guess I'll just have it in my pile of blast effects. And finally, he comes with his swords, which are very cool. They are his standard Optimus Primal swords that can plug into his hands, like so. Or you can do that in both of his hands, or you can combine them like that. So you can have a sword staff, or, I mean, you can have it rotated if you want for some reason. Although, it doesn't actually make too much sense. But the whole weapon doesn't make too much sense, so who cares? And you can also then, of course, as I showed before, connect them to the chain and do stuff with that. Or you can split that in half and have that here, so it's a shorter chain, so you can do some more, so that it's easier to work with for certain poses. Because sometimes when I pose him, I like the long, and sometimes I like the shortened chain, and so, yeah. But overall, yeah, it's just sick. Now, size comparisons. Here he is with my previous review, 86 Optimus Prime, who I think will become a pretty main form of measurement. In fact, one might even say a prime unit of measurement. I'm pretty sure like every Transformers review channel has made that joke by this point. But, yeah, so he'll be sticking around and be a prime unit of measurement. And here he is with Batman! Ow, I just poked myself on his knee pads. Why do you need knee pads? Oh. Anyway, let's get into transformation. Because it's like for a guy that turns into a monkey that has the general same shape, like, surprise, the arms are still arms. Like, he's still gonna have arms, and he's still gonna have legs, and he's still gonna have a head. So it does a pretty good job of keeping things interesting, despite, well, them being, like, he's turning into a quadruped animal robot into a quadruped animal robot. So, so let's start with the hands. So first come in here and bring that up. Then bring this down and rotate all of this around. Then rotate the fist, rotate that, close that bottom part, and then close that top part, and then rotate the fist back. Wait. Oh, yeah. I am correct. And then rotate this part around like that. And then carefully open up his hand, and you can close that up. And now he has a gorilla fist. Same thing on this side, so let's just speed through it. Open, bring all that up, push this through, close that, flip, 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 close, and then carefully open up the hands. I say carefully because they are a bit stiff, and I find that the easiest way to get in there is stick your fingernail in there. But my fingernails are kind of thin, so I don't want to bend them backwards, because I've done that before on this figure, and it really hurt. So, then come up to the chest, bring that down, take the monkey head, make it look up, then bring that forward and around like that, then make it look down like that. Did I do it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't do posability. Hold on. It's like the best part. It's one of the best parts about this figure, and I forgot it. Real quick. Yeah. I'll just transform one side, because I don't really want to have to do all this over again. But, well, at least I remembered, because, again, this figure's posability is really good. So, ball joint at the head. You can look up and down and side to side. Although, due to how his head sculpt is, or I guess his neck, it isn't the most movable. You got full 360 there. You got shoulder pads that can move up and down. You got out that far. Actually, you can probably go farther. Yeah, out that far, which looks so healthy. You have a backwards butterfly joint. You have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees bend. And you have a wrist swivel and opening and closing hands. Then you have a waist swivel. Then you have forward that far, back that far, out, real far, 90 degrees of bend, or maybe slightly over. No, I'm pretty sure it's 90 degrees. Then, as far as the foot goes, you got ankle pivot, and then you have backwards and or down and not much up, but you do have a toe bend that you can bend forward due to transformation. And also, you can mess with the heel, I guess. So, yeah. Now, let's get back to where I was. So, again, let's real quickly do this. Because this figure doesn't... It's not like it has super unique posability. It's just that what it does have, it can use... Like, it... As far as standard posability goes, it can just use its standard posability really well. So, now, let's get back into it. So, take the head, bring that up, bring all this around, bring that and close that up. Then, take all of this and unpeg that and bring all of this over the head like that. Then, take this part, straighten it out all the way, then flip that around, then bring that down. Then, take this part and bring that in and down, and then you can lift up his head. Now he has a monkey tummy. Then, come in here, take the feet, the heels, flip those in, then kind of open up the leg like this. Then, I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you. Take all of this and bring this up like that. Then this part will tab in right there. And then you can bring that leg down and then fold that in and straighten this out while you're at it. Then come in here, bring all of this in, and then that can just adjust to be like that. And same thing on this side. So open this up, bring all of it up, and just bring that down slightly as you go. Then once it's all lined up, peg that in, bring that back. I said, wait, why'd you unpeg? You're making this difficult. Then bring the foot down, and you are done. Well, kind of. You are in his regular standing position, I suppose. And yeah, it's pretty good. Now, let's get into articulation again, because it has changed slightly. So head is on a ball joint, you got plenty of movement and all that, and you have an opening mouth so it can, because that's what gorillas do. Then, you got full 360 here. Hey, you're supposed to peg in. You got bend at the arm, although it does move that. Then you have a forward butterfly joint, so it can pound his chest, and that's pretty cool. Opening and closing hands with separated fingers. You got the bottom two fingers and the top two fingers. And why is this not pegging in correctly? You stay. And then bicep swivel, wrist swivel, nothing at the waist. Well, actually, you got that previous joint, technically, because I guess nothing connects to it. But you got it much more limited. You got up that far, back that far. Then you have a little bit of movement here, but not any that it really wants to give you, and because of all this. And you can also, of course, put him into his more lumbering walking position just by leaning everything forward and leaning the feet forward, which is a little bit tricky without unpegging the back. But then do all that, and yeah, you are done. And it can... Now, as far as storage goes, it is pretty good for all this stuff. So what I do to store it is, I mean, technically you're supposed to take this and like put that there, but what I just do is I take the chains and I peg them on to the swords like that and like that, just because it will make things easier. I peg in, yerp, there we go, and then peg those onto his back like that. Then bringing in the axe, you can just put that on either side like that. And then again, this doesn't really go anywhere, but I think you can maybe shove it into his mouth if you try hard enough. Yes, that is how he held it in the movie. And of course, he can hold it in his hand, although it doesn't hold super well. But yeah, so that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye!